it now. Normally I wait to the end of the video to tell you guys how I feel about this, but today I'm letting you know right now. Welcome back everybody, Jay with Garage RC here. I have the E-Flite Eratix and I absolutely love this plane. If you guys are interested in one of these, I'll leave the link below. This is not a sponsored video. I bought this from my local hobby store and I've flown it a bunch. I had no intentions of making a YouTube, but here I am. I bought this actually to fly it in my backyard. I didn't watch a review on it. I just knew it was a Flat Foamy. I always wanted one. And when I opened the box, I was surprised to see how big it was, and I didn't actually think I was gonna be able to fly this in the backyard. Flying a little bit, I realized that this is actually the perfect plane to learn 3D in a small space. It flies slow, has a lot of options, like if you wanna buy an indoor slow prop, this is the prop that comes with the plane though. Doesn't have a crazy amount of power. You're not gonna be flying this thing in wind, although I did, and I pretty much flown it backwards. I crashed a few times. It's durable, you know, it's just foam board as you see right here. I got a little touch up. So, I mean, durability wise, you know, you guys crash it, you want to fix it. Oh, look, I even noticed right here, it's actually slipping out of place. We'll glue that back in later, but I'm still going to fly it the way it is because this thing flies slow and it's an awesome plane. I'm running a 800 milliamp 3S pack. This actually calls for a 650 to 800. I know a lot of people like flying the 600 milliamp or 650 milliamp to save on weight, but I haven't had a problem with this 800 milliamp battery yet. I'm getting about 5 minutes of run time. I'm not using a crazy amount of power. I leave mine on 100% throws just because I'm in a small space. I know that this has optional safe. I don't have mine programmed up, and I'm probably not gonna, just because it has so much authority that if I mess up, it's so easy to correct it and bring it back. So let's throw this thing in the air and I'll show you guys what it does. For now, I'm just gonna fly it like a regular plane. I'm like 40% throttle, using mainly rudder, a little bit of aileron. Look how slow that thing flies. Now you want to slow it down even more, we'll bring it into a little bit of a Harrier. And guys, I'm not even a good 3D pilot. This thing just, you know, makes kind of the average pilot look good. And you can fly it super slow. I'm going all left, let me go right here. So if you guys follow my channel, you know right turns are usually my weakness. Now this is a small space, man, and this is a decent sized plane. Bringing it to a little bit of a hover. Look, it's got plenty of power. If you mess up your hover, you can climb out. If you guys are nervous about flying over your neighbors, you don't have to. We'll nosedive it in and correct it. And it comes in nice and slow. As soon as you bring it back into a Harrier, it loses all its momentum. In my opinion, this is the perfect 3D plane. Like I said, it has to be calm. You're not really flying this in high winds, although I did, and I was able to fly it backwards, which was pretty cool. Again, we'll bring it into a nice little Harrier. Harrier is nice. My dogs aren't even fazed by this, even though I almost crashed into them probably 9 out of 10 times that I fly. Now we'll bring it into a hover again. Oh. See what I mean by it doesn't really need safe because you have so much authority to correct no matter what happens. Now I'm not in a Harrier, I'm just flying it normal. And it kind of just cuts, it's so smooth. Let's go straight back up again. That's full throttle climb out. Okay, going full rudder, bringing it in. And it just slows itself down. We don't have to worry about crashing into anything. If you guys are looking for a 3D plane to learn on calm days and you have a small backyard, or you know, you want to fly in your front yard, or you have a warehouse at work or something to fly in, I think that this is a great plane. Don't be intimidated like I was when I first opened the box. I opened it up and I seen the size of it and I was kind of like, well, I don't think I'm flying this in my backyard, but here I am. Like I said, I am far from a good 3D pilot, but I'm able to hover it in my backyard, over my neighbor's backyard. He's fine with it. So you Karens in the comment yelling at me about flying over my neighbors, don't worry about it. I have permission. Look at that roll rate. All right, we're bringing it to a knife edge. Whoa. The knife edge is so steep that like you could almost bring it, you can bring it into a hover out of a knife edge. So if you mess up and you need to correct, you don't have to worry about it. Oh. Good thing it's foam board. This actually happened to my elevator here, and I don't use hinge tape. I don't like hinge tape. I use foam glue, expanding foam glue. And I'm gonna do it to this, and this thing will be fixed in probably 2 hours. I gotta let the glue cure, and I'm gonna show you guys that in this video. That sucks.
Like the ground's frozen.
The ground's frozen. I'm also not the best 3D pilot, like I said, but we're gonna get this thing back in the air. Let me make sure the servo's fine. Yeah, man. I'm still gonna say this is a great plane, just because it's fixable, it's easy to fly, it has safe, even though I don't use it.
Relatable.
Knife edge to the floor. I told you guys I was far from a 3D pilot. I didn't think I was gonna crash in that video, but I'm never gonna edit that stuff out because I wanna relate to the average person that's gonna take a plane like this, try to fly it in their backyard, because even before I started filming, I was that guy. This is the stuff I'm gonna use. You could use hinge tape. I kinda like this. A buddy James from RCA Shenanigans showed me this stuff. I'm gonna leave the link below. This stuff is real easy to use. You put it on both surfaces, let it sit for 2 minutes, connect it, hold it 20 to 30 seconds, and then that's it. You gotta let it cure, but it's gonna hold its place. I like to add a little piece of tape. 24 hours to fully cure. You know I'm not waiting that long. We're gonna have this thing back up in the air in about 6 hours. But this stuff works great. It's expandable, so after I put it on, it's not like a bonding surface. It's gonna have play like this elevator does. As you see, I glued this elevator and it still has play. So I'm gonna do the same thing to that aileron, and then we're gonna be back in the air. So let me glue it, then I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like as it's curing, and we hope it works when it's all done. That took me 3 minutes or so. I did the top, a couple pieces of tape just to hold it on while it glues, then I added a stream to the bottom. I pushed it in with a toothpick, and then I cleared out the edge. That way when it dries, there's no clumps in there and it'll still function the way it functions. So I'll come back in a couple hours, we'll pull the tape off, we'll plug it in, and we'll make sure the deflection is correct. If it's not, we might have to sand out or scuff out a little bit of excess glue. And like I said, if you guys crash this and you'd rather use hinge tape, you could do that. I like the glue, I think it holds better. But to each their own, man, everybody has a preference. So we'll have this in the air in a minute. Just like that, she's fixed, kind of. I'm impatient, I only waited about 2 hours. You're supposed to wait 24 hours, but it's gonna get windy. I'm excited to fly it. I didn't mention, you can just buy a new wing and a new tail section that I broke. The tail's like 13 bucks, the wing's $40. It comes with everything you need, including these. But for now, the glue works just fine, as you can see. I got it on 100% throw. No issue. Let's get her up. Good as new. Oh! Well, you guys seen another crash. She's durable. Enough of flying in circles. We gotta get this thing inverted, do some inverted circles. I always get a little nervous. I got some dogs in the runway. AMA guys are having a heart attack right now. Jittery fingers. try to go inverted again. Whoa! Whoa! That's how you become a better pilot. You gotta do crazy stuff. The wind's taking it.
Alright, are we done?
Nope. Coming in. One more land. Landing in a tight spot is always difficult. You gotta get the perfect Harrier. And I got a golden retriever coming in the runway. I think that's a great land. If you guys are looking for a pilot for your next event, call me. They can't hear you because I'm the one with the mic. Look, you're so worried about crash landings. If this was Spirit Airlines, a quick bump, we'd be back in the air in no time. Look at this. It's not about how many times you crash. It's about how many times you buy a new plane and keep flying. The world may never know how much battery power I have left. Oh, losing it. All right, let me stop on my head, because I never do. Bringing it in. Every time I say I bring it in, my golden retriever comes next to me. I'm gonna need you guys to get out of my way. Hey, we're in. As I said in the beginning of the video, guys, I highly recommend this for some backyard flying. I think it's a great plane. If you crash it, as I did in this video, easy to fix and parts are available, which is always a plus. I'm going back up once the video stops. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.